Hi guys. So today is Tuesday, it's the afternoon, and I want to sum up yesterday and today's material. I've extended the deadline so that it makes it easier for you to produce the end results. As you can see on the screen, I have Monday open, and I am opening up the Tuesday folder. There. So the Blackout Poetry assignment has two parts. I'll walk you through part one. I'll walk you through the article I provided, and then I'll walk you through part two. The thing to keep in mind, in the prior week, week 5 on Friday, there is a sample video of the whole process for Blackout Poetry. Okay, so today's video is going to be rather short. I'm just going over the assignments and the article that you'll be using as material. Opening up the assignment itself, some of this should be common sense, but as it is. The project divided into two parts. Part 1 is based on purely creative. Part 2 is the analytical response, participation. The word I want to use is escaping me at the moment, but it's basically a reaction style paragraph. But it is more academic as far as the construction of the material. I've provided you with an article, and with this article, you have to print it out in order to physically take a marker and scratch out the words that do not work towards your creative response. Okay, I do recommend you scan read the article just in case there's something in there before you start plotting out a detail. Look for the theme of the article is what I'm getting at. Okay. Now, in the video from Friday, the commentator had recommended that you have a blank sheet of paper, and I do like this idea. So with a given page from a physical book, or if this is just a printout article, you have a blank sheet of paper tucked behind the material that you want to read, and then you can write down the words here and track possibilities of the creative work. I do recommend you do that. Okay. Do see what the article is pertaining to, as well as background information that is within the work, because that can influence the social commentary you want to make, or you can even say the counter social commentary that you end up making. Okay, so the third bullet point, consider the material presented in the full article. Like I just said, what creative reaction can you generate from that material? Consider what chosen words can be creatively connected and to generate a social commentary. And finally, what message you want to provide your audience. Okay, and as I said here, this is the short video I'm referring to. So going back to the Monday folder, here's the article I'm providing you. It's talking about global warming. So regardless of how you feel politically about the global warming situation, you can have a commentary, a social commentary, based on the wording within this work. And it's slowly coming up. So you'll need to download it, print it off, and then you take a marker, any marker you want, and scratch off the words that do not relate to your message. It's almost, here we go. Okay. You can use the headline as well as the subtitle plus the article itself. Okay, Any wording you want to use is a valid choice. I have an example here from the face-to-face class, and they took a page out of a magazine, and as you see, they they blacked out an image of a skyline, and then the chosen words within the skyline are the creative response itself. So if you want, you can create an image or an elaborate doodle in the text. Okay. I have another one that I particularly like. Oh, here. He made it into the coronavirus. And the wording relates to the virus itself. Okay. So, whatever you can get out of the article, positive or negative, how your view relates to the subject, the topic at hand, you twist the material, and everything else be blacked out. So now what will end up happening, you will need to take a photograph of it with your phone and then post it to turnitin.com. I've realized at this moment, having just said that out loud, I'm not sure if turnitin.com will take JPEGs. So I'll follow up this video with another document in a few days, tomorrow. Okay, so that's part one. For Monday. So let me go to part two, which is under today. And like I said, this is a more academic result. You are generating an academic paragraph. Okay, it has to be at least 2 paragraphs. So you're using the same template for both paragraphs. These are brainstorming questions to get you going in the right directions. You're basically providing your reaction to the project using academic language. So again, the opening sentence will be is your topic sentence. So your topic of these paragraphs is basically blackout poetry, how you feel the blackout poetry works as a genre for modern literature. An example opening sentence would be blackout poetry is a up-and-coming, valid social commentary for the modern era. Just use that as your opening and work down from there. How did you enjoy about the process? What did you like least about the project? Okay, what material in the full article struck you as an important point? Do quote material from the article, at least one quote. Finally, what do you feel the public should gain from the understanding of the concept of blackout poetry? I'm calling this a mini essay, so it's not due till Friday, but I recommend tomorrow or Thursday if you have questions or you need to make sure the submission got through appropriately into turnitin.com, just drop me a line. So let me go back one phase, one step. Open up Mondays again for a second. That's what I thought. Okay, so I am going to move a copy of this file of academic literary paragraph. I'm going to put that in your folder for Tuesday. In particular, there's only a page or two of this slideshow that relates to this project. And it's the page where I have everything outlined as far as what each sentence is required to work towards. Here we go. Okay. It's still downloading. Let me do it like this. Okay. You're building an academic deductive paragraph. Right away on this page, notice I have 5 concepts that are supposed to be inside an academic paragraph. So again, your first sentence is your topic sentence. That is a general observation. So the material that I provided you a second ago about blackout poetry, that is a general comment on the topic of blackout poetry. You then provide a secondary evidence sentence that explains the direction you're taking the conversation, how the project you've worked on developing your own blackout poetry resulted in negative or positive feelings. So this will be a personal reaction. As far as the third sentence is basically you're preparing me for a quote from the article, saying from the New York Times, you took an article about global warming and it had some information that impressed upon you a reaction, negative or positive again. Then you explain the quote, explain how it relates, how you make it relate to the Blackout Poetry Project itself, and then you wrap up your commentary. So again, the expectations are 2 to 3 paragraphs explaining your views of blackout poetry in general, and specifically on how your project ended up, why you chose actions that you've chosen, why you used certain doodle or certain colors within the work. Okay? My main goal with the academic deductive paragraph is from this point forward, you will use 5 sentences or more in every paragraph that you create for writing assignments. I'll talk more about that as the weeks progress. Okay. So that's the last of the conversation for today. Hope you're being safe. If you have any questions, just let me know. It's been fairly quiet back here. So take it easy. Talk to you soon.